Hey everyone, I am coming to you from my bathroom. This is the only place that I actually have some decent light left after work, so when I'm done work at 7, the sun's almost down, but this room seems to have a little bit of good light. Anyway, today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about fertility. So this might be a video with a little bit of TMI, so if you are interested in a doTerra giveaway that I'm going to be doing, just skip ahead to the end of the video. Sorry my hair looks kind of ratty and awful. I had it up for work all day. I did throw lots of dry shampoo in there, but it still looks kind of awful. Tomorrow I am doing some more coloring, so hopefully this orangey yellow thing will be gone tomorrow. Brett and I got married in September of 2016, and we decided we would start trying for a family pretty soon after because we knew, well, I sort of always knew that we were going to have a hard time conceiving. My cycles have always been completely out of whack. I was on birth control for a really long time, but actually very soon after Brent and I started dating, about 7 years ago, I stopped taking it because it was doing some really awful things to me. As women, you know that it makes you gain weight, it makes you break out, but it does help regulate your cycle, which is really helpful, but it just was not working for me. And I decided at that point that I knew within a few years that I would want to have a family. So I decided not to do the shots or get an IUD, because when you decide that you want to have a family, those forms of birth control can sometimes take a long time to be out of your body. So I just decided to not do it anymore and just be careful in other ways. If I'm really stressed or I have lots going on at home or at work, my cycle directly affects that. I've went like 84 days without having a period, which it can be really hard because when it does hit you, it's going to hit you with full force. So I have an app on my phone called Period Tracker that I really like. I've got almost 4 years worth of periods in there. The only thing that I don't like is it is specific to having a normal 28-day cycle. It automatically puts your ovulation date 2 weeks, 14 days before your expected period, which is so wrong on so many levels because so many women don't have the typical 28-day cycle. I have a lot of YouTube people that I watch on a daily basis, and one of the girls I watch actually is starting to get her body ready to try and conceive baby number 2. She mentioned a book to me that I've recently purchased, and it is completely rocking my world. I have it on my Kindle because I wanted to read it right away. This is the only book I have literally ever read that has not been a paperback or a hardcover in my hand, and it was a little hard making the change, but I'm enjoying it because I just wanted to read it right away. It is called Taking Charge of Your Fertility by Toni Westler, I think that's what her name is. Anyway, this book is absolutely amazing. If you are someone that likes to take the natural way to try and live your life, this book is great for natural birth control, pregnancy achievement. It's all about reproductive health, what you can do when you're experiencing menopause. So this book has it's really changed the way that I have started looking at fertility and looking at how to track my cycles, because other than using my period app, I've never really known what to look for. There is a massive community around this book. So there is a website. I will link it down in the box below, and you can sign up and you can talk to people. You can read forums. There's lots of really great articles. And one of the things that I love the most is there are these charts. Now this is what you can use for pregnancy achievement or for birth control. Hopefully you'll be able to see this, but there's so many different things on this chart that will help you with birth control or with pregnancy achievement. So I have started this. You're supposed to start on the first day of your cycle, which is the first day of your period. But I'm not really sure when I'm supposed to get my period because we went away, and that's really going to affect it. So I don't even know where I am in my cycle. I have no idea. So I'm just starting to chart just to practice, but I'm really excited to give this a go. So this whole top section here is all about taking your temp. If you're unfamiliar with basal thermometers, they are a really great way to track how long your cycle is going to be, because your cycle has a bunch of different phases. It's important to be able to figure out what your normal is. The great thing about taking your basal temperature every day is it can kind of give you an idea of how long your cycle is going to be. By the time your temps have risen and you've taken it first thing in the morning, 9 times out of 10, the egg is already gone and it's too late. So you get that rise after you've already ovulated. So you can use that for further charting to kind of figure out where you think that you might be ovulating, but you have to use other fertility signs along with it to be able to maximize your chances. So you take your temperature daily and put it in the chart. You can put the day of the week, what day of your cycle it is, and there's a whole other section that's all about cervical fluid and cervix position, which is also really key for tracking your fertility. I'm super excited to start doing this. I think that it's really going to be a game changer for us. I've been trying to do as much research as I can on my own, but until you talk to somebody who really knows what they're talking about, you're only reading what you can find on Google. I had no idea that your biggest fertility sign that your body gives you every month is cervical fluid. This is where it's going to probably get a little bit TMI, but we're going to talk about it. If you don't know what you're looking for, it can be really tricky, and you can just think that it's kind of happening at random when really it's not. As your cycle changes, your body is also changing. After you are done bleeding, you have no more spotting left, your body is starting to get ready, and every month it's preparing for pregnancy. It's thinking that it's on its way. Your cervical fluid will be dry for probably a couple days. Now, because every woman's cycle is different, it's going to be different for everybody, so there's no set amount of days that your cervical fluid is going to stay the same. The first chunk of time will be dry. There will probably be not a whole lot that comes out. When you wipe after you go to the bathroom, it might feel kind of uncomfortable, a little bit dry down there. So you know that you're not close to ovulating. As you move closer and closer to ovulation, your cervical fluid is going to change. So after your dry phase, and you might have a short phase or even a long phase of creamy cervical fluid. You know when you go to the bathroom and you pull down your pants and there is a line. There is that line of white, kind of creamy, sticky cervical fluid. That at least is telling you that your body is getting closer and closer to ovulation. You'll have a couple days of that, and then things are going to start to change. Your body is going to start producing wetter and wetter cervical fluid until you get to your peak day or your couple peak days that is going to be like egg white. Before you go pee, you gotta check. You gotta look, you gotta see what's going on down there, because that is your number one sign that your body gives you. Now, they say that your cervical fluid on your peak time actually can stretch to about 2 inches. So if you put it between your fingers, gross, it will stretch without breaking, and that is your primo cervical fluid. That is what is going to help those sperm swim along their way. So this also has lots of great information where you can chart what your cervical fluid is doing, because that is super, super important. And I would say that's probably the most important fertility sign that your body gives you. Now, in getting our bodies prepared for conceiving, we have been taking loads of supplements. Every day, Brent is taking 8 supplements, and every day I am also taking 8 supplements. Some of the things we're taking are the same, but a lot of it is different. So first I'll show you what he's taking, and then I will show you what I'm taking. The first thing that Brent takes is his vitamins for men. So this is his multivitamin. It has lots of really good stuff in it. And we actually both had really good luck with Kirkland. This is what we can get from Costco. And it took me a long time to find a prenatal that actually didn't make me sick. And I love the Costco ones. Plus, you get a whole ton of them. Along with that, he's also taking vitamin C every day, which is really great for semen. It actually helps those little buggers to be able to swim a little bit better and not all clump up together. He's also taking zinc, which helps optimize the amount of sperm that you produce. Vitamin B, this is one that we are both taking together, so it's B6 and B12. We're also taking more vitamin D. Our omega, so this is 3, 6, and 9. The other one that we're both taking is is coenzyme Q10. Now this one is really good for overall health, but specifically heart function. So I started taking this when I was first diagnosed with my heart problems, but it's really great for cardiovascular health, so why not both of us take it? This is my Kirkland prenatal that I am taking. Let's see, this one has 1,000 mcg's folate, which is super important, probably one of the most important vitamins that they will tell you. So this has great supply of that. I have also recently, from reading this lovely book, found a couple other supplements that I am taking. The first one is Vitex. This is supposed to be the all-time best supplement that you can take if you're trying to get pregnant. It is amazing for regulating your menstrual cycles. It also helps optimize your body for pregnancy. I have heard so many different stories of women taking this and within a few months getting pregnant. So I just started taking this yesterday, but I'm super excited about it. Another one that I am taking is the evening primrose oil. So this is supposed to be really good for your cervical fluid. So if you find that you're somebody that doesn't have a whole lot, or you're having a hard time kind of differentiating between the difference, this is supposed to really help with that. I'm just really excited to try all this stuff that I'm reading in this book. Like I said, if you are somebody who wants to do natural birth control or even just help to understand your body and your cycles, I would highly recommend this book. It is completely changing my outlook. I am learning so much every day. I'm having a really hard time even putting the book down. So that's all the fertility stuff I'm going to talk about. You can kind of tell where we are, and it's a really exciting time. When you and your spouse decide that you'd like to start a family, you have the first conversation and you get so excited, and it's such a magical experience to be able to create a life that is half yourself, half the person that you love more than anybody in the world. And when you start to talk about it, you think that it's going to happen right away, it's going to be easy. 2 well-timed, sexy times actually gives you a better chance of conceiving than 12 random ones all over your cycle if you have no idea what's going on. And that to me speaks volumes about knowing your body. I struggled a little bit in the beginning. Where I work, almost everybody has been pregnant, had their babies already, and with at least 2 of the girls, we were supposed to be pregnant together at the same time. We were supposed to have our babies together, and they have both had their babies already, which are beautiful children, and I could not have been more happy for them. But there comes a point where you start to think something is wrong. When you see those pregnancy announcements on Facebook, you can't help but feel a little bit sad and feel a little bit down for yourself, but you still absolutely have to keep going forward, and you have to be happy for these people, because no matter what, being able to create a life is, I think, one of the most beautiful, amazing experiences that you could ever go through. And if I am lucky enough to be able to carry a pregnancy to term and have this lovely little baby with my husband, then that will probably be my peak of happiness, I'd say. I still would just like to say to those couples, you just need to keep trying, never give up, do your research. There's so many different great community bases out there, so just know that you're not alone, know that we're all rooting for you, and we're sending our baby dust your way. Okay, enough about fertility. I decided a couple days ago that I want to do a giveaway. I get lots of questions about the essential oils that I use, and you can tell that I'm obsessed and I use them all the time, so I thought it would be fun to do a giveaway. I do an order every single month of doTerra, and I just put one in today, so my next one won't be coming out till the beginning of next month, so that gives us a couple weeks to get going and get ready. I haven't decided yet what oils or what doTerra products I'm going to give, but I would love for you to tell me what you would like. So if you have any specific oils that you'd like to try, or if you want something that's for cleaning or something that is skincare or body care, I would love to hear from you. Tell me what you want and I will make it happen. I will continue to talk about it in next week's vlog and probably the next couple vlogs. And we'll go from there. We'll talk about what the rules are going to be and how you can enter. And I'm super pumped for it. I'm really excited. If you enjoyed this week's video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next week with a new video. Bye!